Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a topic that is absolutely going to change how you look at the everyday devices sitting inside your very own home. We are pulling back the curtain on the hidden world of surveillance. And trust me, by the end of this, your perspective on your daily routine, it's never going to be quite the same.
Okay, let's dive right in. For the longest time, our collective idea of spying was pretty much completely shaped by Hollywood, right? We'd picture some guy in a crisp black suit with a secret briefcase, maybe setting up hidden cameras or making coded phone calls from some dimly lit, smoke-filled room. But that whole romanticized myth, it is ancient history. The invisible reality of surveillance today isn't a spy lurking in an alley. It's the smart TV in your living room. It's the phone resting on your bedside table. It's the incredibly powerful computers embedded right into your car. I mean, modern cars literally contain computers that are more powerful than the machines that first sent humans to the moon.
Section 1. The Calm Interview Room. A chilling revelation.
To really grasp the weight of this information, you have to picture the incredibly ordinary, completely non-threatening room where this recent, deeply revealing interview took place. We're talking soft lights, a simple table, 2 chairs, and a cup of coffee just slowly cooling near the speaker's hand. Nothing about this setup looked dangerous, and the expert who was speaking, he wasn't some frantic conspiracy theorist shouting into a webcam. He spoke slowly, calmly, honestly, almost casually. And frankly, that is exactly what made his words so incredibly disturbing. Because he wasn't shouting, his steady, factual delivery just carried this undeniable, heavy weight.
He started off by outlining the sheer, massive financial scale of this hidden world. Billions. Intelligence agencies around the globe don't just spend a few million here and there. We're talking billions of dollars every single year just collecting information. And here's the absolute crucial point from the source material. They aren't just collecting this data from overseas enemies. They are gathering it from ordinary citizens, too.
When the interviewer leaned forward, kind of wanting to clarify if our own devices could actually be spying on us, the expert delivered an exact, chilling response. He just nodded and said, "A smart TV can be turned into a microphone even when it appears to be off." Just let that sink in for a second. That blank, black screen in your living room that you thought was completely powered down, it could still be listening. Now, it sounds completely impossible at first, right? But he immediately broke down exactly how it works.
He laid the logic out in 3 really straightforward steps. Step 1, devices go fully digital. Our cameras, microphones, location systems, the whole shebang is digitized now. Step 2, a constant internet connection is established. Modern cars and phones are just always pinging cell towers and routers. Which leads right into step 3, software control equals complete device control. Because the physical hardware is entirely governed by the software, whoever holds the keys to the software basically holds the keys to the entire device. I gotta say, the room suddenly feels a lot smaller when you think about it like that.
Section 2, Mapping a Digital Life, How Tiny Fragments Connect.
Let's pick up the pace of it, because most of us never really stop to think about the sheer volume of technology surrounding us every second of the day. Think about it. Your smartwatch is constantly tracking your physical state, right down to your heartbeats, essentially creating a medical baseline for you without you even realizing it. Your phone is diligently tracking your movement, plotting exactly where you go, that coffee shop you visit every Tuesday, the exact minute you get home. And search engines, they remember those highly personal, vulnerable questions you type in late at night when nobody else is awake. Now, on their own, these are just tiny, isolated fragments of digital information. But when they get stitched together, they create a comprehensive, highly accurate map of your entire life.
Section 3, the national security argument. Why agencies say it's necessary.
Now, to truly understand this issue from the source material, we have to look impartially at the macro perspective here. Why build this map? Well, governments and intelligence agencies have a very firm, stated justification for building and maintaining these massive, multi-billion-dollar systems. Let's break down their argument objectively. First up, terrorism. Governments point out that the world is a dangerous place and global physical threats genuinely do exist. Second, cyber warfare. There are growing, highly sophisticated attacks on critical digital infrastructure happening every single day. And third, foreign nations. Intelligence agencies are constantly having to defend against digital infiltration from rival countries. The source material is very clear. These are the real modern threats that drive the immense demand for national security surveillance.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the core of global conflict operates today. In the past, wars were fought almost entirely with physical weapons, guns, tanks, missiles. But look at today. Information itself is power. The fundamental nature of warfare has shifted completely away from the physical battlefield and right into the digital realm. Data isn't just some byproduct of our devices anymore, it is literally the most valuable resource on the planet. Section 4. Who controls the data? The geopolitical reality.
We're zooming out from your living room now to look at the massive global power dynamics this new reality creates. The source material leaves us with a barrage of really high-stakes questions. First up, who controls the data? Think about the magnitude of that for a second. This isn't just about whether an advertiser knows what kind of shoes you want to buy anymore. This elevates the stakes from personal privacy straight to global control. Whoever holds the servers holds the power.
Second question, who controls communication? Who holds the actual literal keys to the infrastructure of how we talk to each other, how we organize, and how we share ideas across borders? It's a question that fundamentally changes how we view human connection in the modern age.
And finally, who controls fear? If information is power, then the ability to control what threats we perceive is the absolute ultimate leverage. The answers to these three rapid-fire questions will likely decide the future of our world far more than actual physical armies ever will.
Okay, let's bring this right back to where we started. Seriously, just take a look around whatever room you're in right now. Is there a phone sitting beside your bed? A camera resting at the top of your laptop? Maybe a smart speaker quietly waiting for your voice commands? After going through this explainer, you really can't help but look a little differently at these silent, constantly connected devices, can you? So, who is actually listening? And where is all that data ultimately going? Well, the source material leaves us with this final, really unsettling mystery. Nobody fully knows the answer. It's a lingering thought that definitely makes you question your own digital footprint, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and I'll see you next time.